Okay, I just want to do a quick demo on how to adjust a couple of settings on the back of the camera. This is a Nikon D7500. Nice camera, got a little flip out screen here. And this camera is currently set to 1/200th of a second at f8, ISO 200. These are the default settings that you'll set the camera to when you're finished using it. You get to this screen by clicking the info button. Comes back up, okay? And then I can show you how to adjust this shutter speed. That's 1/200. You can actually move the dial. This is called the rotator dial. It's a command dial. You can move it to 1/30th, 1/20th, all the way up to 1/1000th. You can see if you're looking really carefully, there's a little metering system there that shows you that that picture is way too bright this way and way too dark this way. And so learning how to be able to adjust shutter on the fly. Eventually I want you to get to the point where you're looking through the viewfinder and adjusting this without looking at your thumb. You really don't need to use this screen. There's actually another screen inside. You'll find that on this camera there's a little sensor here, and once you put your hand over it, it'll make that screen go away. So it's like putting your face up to it on an iPhone. So don't be scared if it just keeps leaving. It's because this little sensor is seeing your finger. So that's part of it. I wanted you guys to notice that it shows your battery level. My battery level right now is really low. We're critical. You should probably get a new battery. Some other settings that you can adjust on this include, let's go ahead and take a picture. We'll take one shot at 200 f8, and you can actually plus in on this. You can click the plus button to check for focus. And then you can also, let's take another picture that's a little bit too dark. And then you can actually cycle between these two pictures using the touch screen, or you can use this little command dial here. This is a little D-pad that lets you adjust it. Okay, so that's the shutter speed, the D-pad, the plus or minus. Also, here's the play mode to be able to go back to your pictures, and here's your info button. Okay, that's the first step. Alright, when it's time to adjust the aperture is the size of the opening of the lens. Here is a little dial right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's right here. You can make a little adjustment right here. You go up to f20, down to f2.8. And so lots of adjustment there, right here. So you have your thumb to control your shutter speed and your forefinger to adjust the aperture. And the two of them should work easily. You can actually put your head into the camera, look in the view, and be able to make these adjustments without looking at them. Okay, so very important to note that. Also, right up here on top is your main switch to turn the camera on. Switch it off and on, and right here is a shutter button. When you push that button, it takes a picture. Okay, so there's your shutter button right there. Okay, the battery is really important on a camera, and the battery on the camera is found on the bottom. Here is the right-hand side bottom of the camera, and you can see that I don't have any battery door. I just have the battery there with a little lever, and when you have the camera off, then you can actually push this little orange little bar down, and then you can pull this battery out. This battery needs to be charged. It's got no real power left. I'll put it on the charger in the classroom, and we'll grab a new one. We place it in. The pins go a certain way. You can see there's these little humps right here. Place the pins in there along the humps, and you push it in and let it lock in, and then you're ready. Then your battery is ready to be used. Okay. Okay, we want to be able to use proper media for these cameras. They don't record any images without an SD card. So this one's a 32 gig SD card. We can place it in this little SD card reader. You just kind of run your finger along and press, and it pops open. The doors are pretty fragile. Be real careful of that. Take the SD card and put the label to the back. So the label to the back screen, place it in, and you push in, and you kind of let it go. Kind of like on the video games, or push in and it has a little spring to be able to let it out. Okay, push it in, close the door. Now your pictures are ready to go. It'll display the number of files for you. It'll tell you, 500 pictures or 100 or 1,000 depending on the size. Okay. Always make sure the camera is off when you're putting media in. You can put it on as soon as you've put in your media.